Good morning. This is Reverend Pam Geagan from the Center for Spiritual Living. And if you were with me just a minute ago, I went off. I was distracted by my dog. So this is the four agreements that the meditation that we've been doing every week now. But the one we're concentrating on this week is don't take anything personally. And the four agreements are be impeccable with your word. And Don Miguel Ruiz, who wrote the four agreements and is a shaman, uh, he said that if you pass, don't be impeccable with your word. Once you get to that first level and beyond that first level, then that's your gateway to everything else. Because being impeccable with your word means that before you even have the thought, once the thought comes in your mind, you wait a little bit and then present the thought through your words, because words are powerful. And in science of mind, which we are, is we say what you how you want to change the world, change your thinking. Because if you change your thinking, you change your words, you change your actions, then a world that works for everyone, heart by heart, is created. So the first one was be impeccable with your word. The second one is don't take anything personally, the one we're concentrating on today. And the third one is don't make assumptions. Always do your best. And already done it, as I say, we've done that deep dive into the first agreement. Let's look now and what does it mean not to take anything personally? Because quite frankly, everything we see, do, be, have is through our eyes, through our perception. So the second agreement leads us from the first, be impeccable with your word, by guiding us on how to react when a person uses words or actions how we feel is against us. So sometimes we personalize these words and we take things so personally. It is the direct result, really, from what Don Miguel Ruiz calls domestication. And that domestication is how we were raised, with our family values and our family, whatever the family thought that we were imprinted with all of that, just like a computer. And then also what society thinks, instead of really checking to see what was acceptable and what was unacceptable. I remember growing up, we lived in a very quiet neighborhood, and my sister, who was very volatile, she would scream sometimes, and my mother would say, "Shush, the neighbors will hear you." And I think her reply always was, "I don't care what the neighbors think." And in retrospect, I thought it was horrible that she would talk to my mother like that. But on the second hand, I thought, good for her. Now, in these ways, she was expressing herself at that time the only way she knew how, to the best of her ability. And that's what we're here for, to express ourselves in a calmer way than yelling so the neighbors can hear us. But anyway, to express ourselves from that soul, because it's really important that we realize that we are not just this presentation like I'm doing today. We are the soul that is here to evolve and go home and remember who we are, the divine spirit that resides within us. So when we take things personally, we become very small. And when we take things personally, it is the maximum expression of selfishness, because we make the assumption that everything is about me. And I said this yesterday, and Steve Martin always said, it really is all about me. But again, as I go back to our perception in this world, all we have is our perception. So we're changing our thinking, we're changing our perception, and weighing what is acceptable, what is moving forward in something that you're for, in that greater vision, instead of against yourself or against anything. As our wonderful mother Teresa said, she said, I will always go to a demonstration that is for something, never against anything. So we are coming back to that energy, and recognizing that that we have this ability to go in, and I say, look at what our training and our guidance and our domestication, as we say, society and everything has been in the past, and then from there move forward. So when you see a negative thought come up, I say look at it before you speak about it or do anything. Before you speak about anything that divides you in your consciousness or the soul of the world in your consciousness, think about it and change its content. And you can do it in the affirmative. And we're going to be doing affirmations about that. Because when you use those thoughts and their words, whenever we hear an opinion and believe it, we make an agreement and becomes part of our belief system. And so what we want to agree to is knowing how to think in greater ways than ever before and to see beyond who we are on the surface. We want to explore the great beyond within and that endless opportunity to expand and be the best and the highest that we can be. In this incarnation, I do believe in past lives, not everybody does, and all incarnations. And to know that we are so blessed to be on this planet, to explore that deepness of what our soul is, the soul that never divides itself and is incorrupt. And we go back to that innocence and we create that slate. We erase all of the negative thinking in our lives and we embrace with compassion who we are. And from there, we can embrace the whole world in those non-divided eyes, seeing with new eyes, compassionate eyes, and seeing that, as I say, the divine is I am. So we're just going to start by just centering with our hands on our head and just going down and just relaxing in with our beautiful purple royal chakra, crown chakra. And then we go down and we just relax in with our third eye chakra, that beautiful royal blue, going down to the throat, opening the beautiful aqua chakra down to the heart, the emerald green heart with its beautiful, as I say, I always see a lotus there opening with a divinity and a divine picture or divine being there waiting to reveal to us our highest and best good. Then we go down to our solar plexus, that beautiful yellow soul sun, that beautiful sun, that yellow golden color. Then below the belly button, we go down into the orange, the sacral chakra, and then we take those energy wands. I always say our fingers are those energy wands. We are pure energy. Physics has proven this. Physics has proven, and we'll be looking more at this at different times, that the soul is connected and unified in that unified field with everything. So what we do to one, we do to all in this web of life. So the wonderful sacral ruby red chakra, we go down there. And then we see this gold, this beautiful white light surrounding us, going down in and through and as us. And we're just going to relax and breathe. And just feel that wonderful, warm, white light going down from the crown chakra, down between the brows, relaxing the brows, going down to the cheeks and the jaw, just relaxing in. And you may even feel slack-jawed, relaxing the tongue. And then we take that energy and we go to our throat. And our throat is absolutely working so hard, whether you know it or not, in conjunction with the heart and the third eye and the crown chakra and all our chakras to form the words to convey who we are to the world and what we believe at our deepest level. So we just relax the throat. Then we see that white light going down the back of the head, back down to the back of the head, down through the shoulders, just relaxing the shoulders. And then from the shoulders down to the upper arms and the elbows and the forearms. And that energy just flowing right out our fingertips. And if you're relaxed enough, you may even feel like an electric energy going through that area, coming right out your fingertips. And then the energy just flowing all around, coming back up, coming down the back of the spine, going down all our vertebrae, relaxing it one by one by one. And then coming back up the front, just relaxing the chest and the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. And going down all the way to the sit bones. And then seeing that white light just surrounding us and now going through the hips, relaxing the hips. And down the thighs, relaxing the thighs, no matter what position you're in, whether you're laying in bed or with your feet flat on the ground, relaxing the thighs, relaxing the knees, relaxing the calves, relaxing the ankles and the feet and the toes. Just relaxing in, hearing my voice. And then seeing that energy go way down under the feet, past the floor or the earth that you're sitting on, and going down, down, down into the middle earth. And just anchoring it there, right there, like those golden cords and those light cords, just anchoring it to something. To anchor us in this meditation. Bringing the highest and the high to the deepest of the deep and the widest of the wide. In that consciousness that just says, yes. Yes to a greater way of being. Yes to a greater way of living. Just says yes to the divinity within me that is expanding, ever expanding and opening and leading me in new directions. And so now that energy comes right back up. And we're going to take those 3 connecting breaths. You can say whatever words that you feel most comfortable with and connect with. I connect with God as my source, but also I connect with Jesus and Krishna and Buddha. But I always say the words as I breathe in on the in-breath silently. God is. Feeling that light just come in and through and as you and down your body. And I am on the out breath. And then 2 more. And during the next few minutes, probably about 10 minutes, we'll just be concentrating on not taking anything personally. And I'll be saying a little bit about that, and also some affirmations. I say erase and allow any feelings that come up for you, any things that are negative even. Erase them, clean that slate. Begin with a beginner's mind into a new way of being and rewrite those negative things. I always say when negative thoughts come up, it's almost like talking to a third person, but not like a schizophrenic. You just say, thank you for sharing, and you change it into the truth of all things. Thank you for sharing, but the truth is I am supported and loved by the divine source, by God, by Jesus, by Krishna. All the greatness all around me, the oneness in that unified field, that web of life. I add strength to that web of life. In that tapestry of life, my colors are beautiful and bright. And I create a beautiful tapestry, that universal tapestry. And knowing that whatever I do to myself, whatever I do to one, I do to all. And also how I do one thing is how I do everything. So if there's any part in me that feels like a victim, that means there's victimization for me out there. So I change and I rewrite my story. We are not the cause and the reason for everything. Simply not true, but how we deal with our personal expression is what is most important. Others' opinions they give, they have their own minds, their own point of view. But all of our points of view many times come from previously received programming. So we can rewrite, just like a computer, that programming in our minds. And I know what is considered beautiful in some societies may be considered grotesque in this society. Just because one person sees beauty one way, it doesn't mean there is just one truth about what beauty is. So I change what I believe is sacred and beautiful in my life. So I change my thinking and I change my words. And every time I go to use a thought against myself, I erase that thought and change it into a positive thought until it becomes part of our belief system, my belief system. So as I remain centered in the I am, please personalize these words. As we continue to breathe in, I'll be doing affirmations and just relax in, hearing my voice. I remain centered in the truth of my spiritual divinity. Whatever comments I hear about me, I check to see if they're divisive or supportive, or where I may, if it reaches me deeply and hurts me, where I may open up, shine the light into that area, to that pain, erase it, release it, and love myself with total compassion and understanding, and rewrite it. Just keep breathing in. I am aware that people say and do things that reflect who they are. Many times they're not because of me. They come from their own lack and limitation. So I change that conversation in my head and my conversation with those people to reflect the openness and endless possibilities that are laid at my feet every single moment of every single day throughout eternity on this eternal path of becoming. I am free and detached from other people's beliefs and behaviors. How people treat me is their problem. How I react to that is mine. And as Terry Cole Whitaker said, what everyone thinks of me or anyone thinks of me is none of my business. My business is to stay in that knowing that God is, I am. And in this process, I am taking constructive criticism and looking deeply at it, seriously at it, but not personally. I don't embrace it or embody it. I say embrace and embrace the good. And if there's a shift that I see that can be made in my life, I ask for those steps to be revealed and how I can make that shift and rewrite my programming so that it supports not only me, but my light so it shines brightly. I am listening to and then opening up from my highest intuition and wisdom. That is what I use as my guide. Not embracing, but looking how I may change things that hit me deeply, and that's how I know they resonate, and change them into something that works for everyone, but especially me. And I always say it's kind of like it's like funny, but I'm going to say it. I am good enough. I am smart enough. I'm fine enough and strong enough. I am valuable, and validate the highest and best of who I am in all moments, moment by moment by moment. I am revealing my self-confidence and my self-esteem and self-worth. I am taking responsibility for my emotions, and I let go of allowing other people to dominate my emotions. Stop allowing other people from slowing them down and allowing other people to be responsible for them. I stop embracing other people's emotions and start allowing others to become responsible for them. I am seeing all people I meet with a beginner's mind, knowing they came into my life pure and connected to Divine Spirit. I am remaining kind and mindful to always do my best, even in the midst of rudeness. I release judgment of myself because I know I am in that process of doing my best. Of those around me, I embrace them with compassion as I open up to giving them a break, the break that I would desire, the break the world will give to me on my bad days. Where I embrace that knowing that there are times when life is not seem like the seas are calm. It's like huge waves crashing on top. And I go deep, deep, deep in my meditation and my thinking all the way down to the level of the ocean that only knows the level of the ocean of the depth of my being that knows only that calmness and cannot even be attracted to the surface of the crashing waves. And I am pouring love on everyone beyond their words and their actions, that I construe as painful, thoughtless, and less than affirming in my life and all life. And I am fearless in my recognition that I sometimes let other people's opinions define my perception and other people's points of view to cause me more angst and fear. I don't have to do that any longer. I have the power to choose or not believe the words or actions that seem that are against me, and I am deciding not to take them personally. I am knowing myself, so I just erase that which is less than supportive and look for what hits me deeply to see what is supportive. So now just waking up, hearing my voice, wherever you are, feeling your body in the chair, or if you're laying down, just waking up. And calling today good and very good as we open our eyes to that oneness, to that positive beingness of who we are, to the gift of being on this planet today and seeing that gift in each and every moment. I love each and every one of you. God is the presence and the power, and peace out, and have namaste, and have a blessed day in every moment that you choose to be there. And I'll see you tomorrow.